You're watching KSL Sports Live.
Thanks for joining us. We hope you're enjoying your weekend. College football coverage is on the way. The Utes on the new 12-team playoff and the Cougars on their quarterback situation. Plus, USA basketball continues their prep for Paris, and they get a scare from an unlikely source. But let's begin the show across the pond at Royal Troon in Scotland, the home of the 2024 Open Championship. The links course at Royal Troon can be unforgiving, especially when weather moves in, and that's exactly what happened Saturday. Rain and a strong wind made birdies few and far between. Here's what it looked like. Yes, this is July on the coast of Scotland. Miserable conditions, temperatures below 60 degrees despite the weather. There were some great moments, no one better than this. From Siwoo Kim of South Korea, 238-yard par 3-17 with a 3-iron, finds the fringe and rolls in for the ace.
That was the roar we heard earlier.
That's the longest hole-in-one in Open Championship history. There were some birdies. Xander Schauffele trying to keep them all to himself, apparently. This one on hole 3 to move to 3 under. He had this one on 10. 4 birdies total for Schauffele, who is 1 shot off the lead at 3 under. He's chasing Billy Horschel. This for birdie on 7. How did he do that in those conditions? Here's the reality of Saturday right here. No one felt it more than Shane Lowry. He doubles the postage stamp at 8 to drop to 7 under. He would go from 9 under and the lead to 1 under in round 1 in one round. A 6 over 77 on Saturday to drop to 9th. The best golfer in the world is in the mix. Scotty Scheffler on 17. He rolls it up to the pin. This close to going in. He's at 2 under, just 2 back entering the final round. More from Horschel, who was brilliant. He roared into the lead Saturday, out of the bunker on 16, almost jars it. He also had 4 birdies. And Justin Rose is in the mix too. He conquers this deep bunker and would end up saving par on 14. He's tied for second with Daniel Brown entering Sunday's final round. All right, Summer League continues in Vegas. Pacers and Cavs, and former Aggie Darius Brown playing for Cleveland hits the 3 in the 3rd. End of the 3rd quarter, time running out. We've seen this movie before. Brown with the rebound and the shot before the buzzer. He scores 19 on 7 of 10 shooting, putting on a good show that should make him some money somewhere. All right, we are entering a new era of college football, the 12-team playoff era. There's now more access than ever before to a national championship, and Utah and BYU, thanks to their membership in the Big 12, have a shot at that golden ticket. It's more realistic for the Utes and the Cougars in 2024, but with a Big 12 championship comes a top 4 playoff spot and a first-round bye, a fact that has energized both programs as they pursue that ultimate goal.
With a 12-team expanded playoff, where BYU is at now, just 2 years removed from independence, in a position where realistically you guys can play for a playoff spot. Is that a topic of conversation amongst the team that, hey, we're not that far away from getting there?
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, it's something that's exciting when you open up that college football playoff and know that, hey, if we win the Big 12 championship, we have a shot of winning a national championship. And it's just that much more exciting when it comes to college football. And with this team, I know we can do it. I know we can just take it game by game and keep winning. So it's definitely a goal of ours. You know, we're not shooting short of anything, so I think we can do it.
For sure. We don't want to go to a regular bowl game. And first thing is we have to win the first game, second game, 1-0 every single week, win the Big 12, and everything will take care of itself. But obviously the goal is to go to the playoffs and hopefully win it.
I think it's going to be incredible for all the teams across the country because it creates that opportunity to be able to just get a chance, you know what I mean, to get into the playoffs. It's easier to get into playoffs, and then it's going to be easier to have an opportunity to go play for a national title. And so, yeah, absolutely, that's definitely a hot topic right now.
You win the championship in this conference, you go to the playoff.
Yeah, that's our goal. Just win the Big 12, and then we can get right to the party and get a bye week right there. So that'll be a great time. We just got to make sure we get to the party right there with that.
Yeah, always. I mean, even if we were the last team in the division, like, we're making our way up to the championship. That's what the plan always is. Yeah, we're kind of used to being underdogs, so I think just our move up to the top is always the focus. So
we will be rewarded for winning that conference. Nevertheless, we do have to win the conference. And so same formula as winning the Pac-12. We got to take it one game at a time and stay healthy as well.
That also means a college football playoff appearance.
Yeah, man, and it all starts just by week, one by one. And so I guess we just got to take it at week 1, August 29th, and just keep leading up to there. But, we don't want to get too far ahead, but just know we'll be excited every week.
Imagine getting to the playoff. That's got to be on the vision board, right?
No, for sure. It's on the vision. For sure, it's on the vision board.
The path is there. It's kind of been defined. And for us, in our situation, we've never been in this situation before. It's win the conference and you're in. So that makes it a lot more simple for us to follow. And we're looking forward to competing for that and then hopefully making that happen someday.
Our players are excited about the opportunity that we control our own destiny. If we're able to win the championship in the Big 12, we are going to the playoffs. We don't have to hope somebody votes us in.
All right, now to Major League Baseball. The All-Star break is in the rearview mirror. Let the second half of the season begin. It's time to get serious and separate the contenders from the pretenders. Now, despite a brutal month leading into the All-Star break, the Yankees are out to prove that they are a contender, and many believe they are. But are they the team that started 50-22 or the team that has gone 9-18 since? Hosting the Rays Saturday, we start in the top of the 4th. The Rays are up 1 when Alex Jackson cranks a 3-run homer to pad their lead. They're up 4-0. Go to the top of the 5th. Isaac Paredes gets the solo home run. Then his teammate Randy Arozarena. We've seen him do this before. A solo shot. The Rays are up 6-0. Arozarena wasn't done. Top of the 7th, he hits his second homer of the day to put the Rays up 8-0. Yankees lose again, 9-1. The Detroit Tigers visiting the Toronto Blue Jays. Starting the top of the 6th. Tigers up 1-0. Jake Rogers at the plate. Bases were juiced. This is a grand slam. And put them up 5-0. The bottom of the 6th, the Blue Jays' Vlad Guerrero Jr. responds with his own 2-run homer. But too little too late. The Tigers would hold on for a 7-3 win. Angels and A's. Bottom of the 1st with 2 runners on. The A's' Brent Rooker hits a 3-run home run, giving the A's an early lead. Now to the top of the 5th, Lawrence Butler rips a bases-clearing double to right. That would extend the A's lead to 7-1. And they continue their winning, 8-2. Real Salt Lake has exceeded expectations this season. No one expected them to be in the race for the Supporters' Shield at this time of the season. They did have to face some adversity recently with a 3-0 loss in Portland, followed by the 4-game suspension of their best player. That's why their performance Wednesday against another contender was so important. RSL gutted out a point on the road at LAFC and keep pace in the race as the All-Star break looms. But before that, one more road match Saturday, and it happens to be against their Rocky Mountain rival. RSL visits the Colorado Rapids tonight, a 7:30 p.m. Mountain kickoff. A win or draw would give RSL their 15th Rocky Mountain Cup in the 20-year history of the rivalry. Here's where things stand in the West. RSL out of first place for the first time since mid-March. The LA Galaxy with a 2-point lead in the standings over RSL and LAFC. 44 points in 24 matches is the best start to a season for RSL in over a decade, and they're on pace to break the franchise record for points in a season. That was 57, set back in 2012. Your premier lacrosse league franchise, the Utah Archers in Connecticut this weekend, taking on the California Redwoods. First half, Matt Moore, don't get in his way. He slings the ball 100 miles per hour for the score. Then second half, Utah up 9-4 when Moore gets the no-look goal. That goal gives him the hat trick. And then to cap things off, how about this from Connor Fields? The behind-the-back goal. Oh, my. He made that look easy. It is not. The Archers beat the Redwoods 15-8. That team is good. We have to take a short break. More college football when we return.
Watching them throw the ball during our player run practices and stuff, and it's like, all right, man, these guys are looking good, man.
The biggest question for BYU in 2024, who will be the starting quarterback? And will that starter help ignite a fire in BYU's offense that struggled mightily last season? Kalani Sitake and the players give us some insight on BYU's quarterback battle. All right, the biggest question facing the BYU Cougars this fall, who will be their starting quarterback? The answer to that will determine how successful their season will be. Whoever wins the job, the Cougars are confident that someone in that room will get it done. Who is it going to be? We will find out very soon.
Quarterback competition has been kind of the highlight of that, and that's going to continue into fall camp. What do you like as a wide receiver about seeing guys compete for that position?
It's the leader of the team. I mean, your quarterback is the one who runs a lot of the offense, or the whole offense, and the momentum of the whole game. Having that competition there has bled into every position group, even offense and defense, and it's created this fire, accountability with each other, and it's been great for the team.
Well, I just want them to make each other better, right? And I think that's what they've done. Like, there's competition in every position, and there should be. Or it's like, when you've got someone chasing you, you run a little faster, typically. And I think they've done a great job of handling it this whole offseason where, it hasn't been hostile, but they have been pushing each other very hard on the field, doing sprints in the weight room. They're always competing with each other, and it's making them better. They both have improved a ton, not only during spring ball, but as we've gone into fall camp now, and just watching them throw the ball during our player run practices and stuff. And it's like, all right, man, these guys are looking good, man. They're making strides.
It's up there for the taking, and I only know one way, that's to play the best guys. And we've been in this position before where we've had quarterback battles. I think both players can become better from it. I think all four players that I mentioned, quarterback can improve and get better. It's just whoever deserves the starting nod would be the guy. But knowing this game of football, man, it can be. It could be tough to go with one quarterback the entire time. We might have to lean on a next quarterback just in case of the injuries. That no one's immune to injuries here. So I like that we're a deep group, and I like that we have guys that have played Division I football, and I think that's going to help work well for us.
When you chose BYU, you knew there'd be an opportunity. Do you embrace this quarterback competition that they've got going on through the summer?
Oh, love it. Love it. I mean, everything you do in life is a competition. You want to be able to compete, that way you both elevate you guys' game. Like, you don't want to go in and just have something handed to you because you don't feel as good. Like, competing makes you want to work, makes you work harder. It makes you want to, like, you find new things to work on, and you find maybe something he's better at that now you spend time to focus on and learn from him. So that's the best thing about competing. You can learn from each other.
It's now official. The Utah Jazz have waived Russell Westbrook. The future Hall of Famer was acquired by the Jazz in a sign-and-trade deal that sends Chris Dunn to the Clippers. It's the second time in 18 months the Jazz have acquired Westbrook in a trade, only to waive him shortly after. Westbrook is expected to sign a free agent contract with the Denver Nuggets. Utah State star Ike Larson next. The university announced Thursday that they are moving forward with the termination of head football coach Blake Anderson after notifying him of their intent to do so earlier in July. Utah State issued this statement, quote, "This action is based on significant violations of its contractual obligations related to USU's employee reporting requirements. These reporting requirements included prohibition on employees outside the USU Office of Equity from investigating issues of sexual misconduct, including domestic violence. Additionally, Anderson failed to manage the team in a manner that reflects USU's academic values," end of quote. Anderson's attorney, Tom Marge, released a statement saying in part that they will be pursuing all available legal remedies on his behalf. Star safety Ike Larson shared a statement on social media expressing how big of a disappointment this is to every student athlete and for Utah State. It's time for all of Aggie Nation to lock arms and unite as one. Larson and receiver Jalen Royals are the two Aggies who earned preseason all-conference honors. After a turbulent offseason, Larson's teammates will look to him for leadership as the team faces the daunting task ahead, which includes a challenging schedule.
Adversity hits, and it's hitting a little bit too early this year, but, I mean, we're going to do what we got to do and get through it and just prepare the right way. I would have never thought, 10 years I'd really be in this position. I'm growing up as a kid, wishing to play at Utah State and whatnot. So, but it's great. I mean, it's a great feeling, and I'm lucky to have, great players and great coaches around me that's helped me throughout these years and just helped me succeed and, kind of pushing me to my limit. But just keep getting better. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a team sport, and obviously a Mountain West championship is what we're going to compete for. But at the end of the day, I mean, if the whole team's winning, then I'm winning. So just whatever that brings.
Let me tell you the best thing about Ike is that everything he does, he wears on his sleeve, right? And that's why the fan base loves him, and that's why the locker room loves him. Ike in my defensive system is going to have a huge year. Here's what he does well. He has unbelievable ball skills and unbelievable range and a knack of being around the football, right? Just like you all saw. Whether he's on the field or whether he's smiling in my locker room, like, that dude is so fun to be around. I'm glad he's in my corner.
We're pumped. Like, if we wanted to go out and play tomorrow, I know we would for sure. So it's fun, it's exciting, and I can't wait for it. We can do a lot. the best players are the ones with their their backs against the wall. And unfortunately, we have our backs against the wall right now. But I mean, we're going to come out and we're going to surprise a lot of people, and I'm just excited to see it. So.
Up next, a former Utah State Aggie has a big game at NBA Summer League. Summer League basketball. It's fantastic. Las Vegas, Bucks, Wizards. Bucks looking for their first Summer League win. But former Utah State Aggie Taylor Funk, playing for the Washington team, wasn't going to let him have it easy. He would hit 2 deep threes late to help them pull away. He finished with 29 points. Taylor Funk with 29 points. And the Wizards get the 91-79 win for all you degenerates out there. Hey, go check out the KSL Sports app. We think you can listen to the RSL game on the app. I'm not sure, but go give it a try. Real Salt Lake, Colorado Rapids, highlights at 10.